Hello and good morning from Magic Kingdom. I am here yet again by myself this time to just have a good day. This is probably the closest that I have ever parked heading into Magic Kingdom. It's about 9:30, so the park opened about 30 minutes ago. I didn't want to get here right at park opening, but a little bit afterward seemed appropriate. So generally I opt to take the monorail to get into Magic Kingdom, but I have not taken the ferry boats in kind of a long time, and it sounds pretty pleasant. So I'm gonna head over to take the ferry boats to get that nice reveal of the castle and the entirety of the theme park. It startled me. This is gonna be nice, having a nice open air travel experience over to Magic Kingdom. I think that they've pretty much completed work on the castle. They had some repainting that they needed to do from the last time that I was here at the cast member reopening, so hopefully they're done. Hopefully it looks exactly how it's going to. Okay, I made it onto the ferry and setting sail. I think that's what you say. Setting sail for Magic Kingdom. Way over there, I am on my social distance dot. My physical distance dot. Whatever it is. And I am now off of the Richard F. Irvine ferry boat. I made it over to Magic Kingdom, or at least the area in front of Magic Kingdom. There's a lot of consistent construction going on over here. On the other side of that boat is going to be the walkway over to the Grand Floridian, and then over here there's just a lot going on. This is probably for the buses, if I'd imagine. Wow. Okay, but I'm heading into the Magic Kingdom. It feels so good to be back. I know it's only been about 3 weeks or so, but Magic Kingdom is just a source of optimism for myself, and I'm sure many others. It promotes and induces a spirit of positivity that I'm just very, very excited to indulge in today. Hello, so I have made it inside Magic Kingdom with a scarce amount of people around me. I'm about to head inside. Again, today is just all about experiencing the magic that is going to be Magic Kingdom. Yes, I did bring my Mickey pointer again. Maybe I can do a few attractions that I didn't get to do a few weeks ago. I don't know, I'm just excited to be back. I'm definitely gonna go over to Sawyer Island if I can. So I walked underneath the train station and I saw a pretty substantial crowd looking at something collectively, and of course way up there on the train station there's Aurora, Tiana, Cinderella, there's the fairy godmother, there's Ariel, and Jasmine, all of the princesses. This is a really pleasant way to be greeted into Magic Kingdom, just all of the princesses except Snow White. I don't know where she went, but they're all here, waving hello and good morning. Okay, there was actually a few more princesses that I didn't notice weren't there. We have Merida and Belle, Elena, and Rapunzel, but still no Snow White. What in the world? Where is Snow White? Now I'm on a mission to try to find Snow White. Maybe she's back by her ride, potentially. It sounds like there's another cavalcade heading down the street, and I think it's Tinkerbell. I'm seeing all of these characters that I didn't get to see last time. That's awesome. And here she is, Tinkerbell. Hello. So there goes Tinkerbell way down there in front of the princesses on the train station, and I am heading up towards the castle hub. The castle doesn't really look that much different compared to when I was here a few weeks ago. I think they just had to do some repainting on the gray brickwork at the base of the castle, but it looks really, really good right now. The blue almost looks a little bit iridescent. One aspect of the castle repainting that I didn't really take notice of last time were the secondary turrets here along the side. They added the gold trim to them as well as painted the tops of the turrets so that they match up with the castle. And it all just looks really, really good. It's definitely odd to walk up to the castle to have nobody in front of you, either behind you or coming at you from the opposite direction. It's really pleasant. It's very serene. I'm trying to decide what I want to do today because Vernon and I pretty much hit all of the main attractions that we wanted to do last time, with the exception of being Sawyer Island and the People Mover. Alright, I'm on the other side of the castle, and it's very, very odd just to see this area so quiet as well, because Bippity Boppity Boutique as well as Cinderella's Royal Table are usually very, very popular and keep this area pretty congested. I think I'm gonna head over here to the Wishing Well. Just kind of walk in this direction. I have really no agenda today other than just being here to walk around. The day the Magic Kingdom closed, I was able to stop by for a very brief amount of time, and I decided to do a one-take walk around tour of Magic Kingdom just to show off the atmosphere of the park that day. And I remember this shot in particular because they had just started to repaint the castle, And now that it's done, it's cool to see it from the same angle. Like I said, I'm heading over here to the wishing well. It'd be really, really cool to do the people mover, but that is not operating, unfortunately, still 3 or so weeks into Magic Kingdom's reopening. So I do hope it opens back up at some point, because that is a really, really pleasant experience to have at Magic Kingdom. This is also a very popular area over here, this wishing well. There's usually always people over here taking pictures and whatnot, so it's kind of hard to get a really detailed view of the fountain. This is really neat. All of the Cinderella characters down there carved into the wishing well. And then all those pennies and quarters and nickels down there. Alright, continuing my walk around Magic Kingdom. It is just so quiet over here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and head over to Frontierland just so I can head over to Sawyer Island in case it does rain a little bit later. I did not bring my umbrella today. I just brought my Mickey pointer and I just dropped my phone. That's good. I was thinking about doing the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, but this is the extended line over here that goes through the Pooh and Tigger meet and greet queue, and then this is the extended line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So a little bit backed up right now, so I think I will just head over to Frontierland. These lines aren't necessarily representative of the wait times of these rides because there is no fast pass right now and they are physically distancing the queues, so they do seem a little bit longer and larger than they probably otherwise would. So it's probably not that long of an actual wait. It is pretty quiet today. And look at that, I am back where I just was, behind the castle, again heading over in that direction. But I also wanted to show off that they seem to have finished this repainting project as well. Right over here, the outskirts of the castle turrets. They look great. It seems like Fantasyland is probably going to be the most crowded area that I've seen today. This is the line for Peter Pan's flight. It's only a 20-minute wait though, but it looks like they are cleaning the vehicles, which they do here at Disney very often. You know what, I was going to walk right past it, but this is something that I really did want to do last time. It's a Small World. It looks like they took down, well, it doesn't look like they definitely did take down the walls that were over here. So we'll see if I get my own boat or what the situation is with that. I was going to try to prioritize going over to Sawyer Island because it may rain later, but also I've seen the queue for this get pretty long. So I wanted to go ahead and hop in line while I could. Well, it didn't seem too terrible. This is another one of those rides that I have not done in a long time, so it's going to be really cool to do it again. Okay, and here I am on my boat. Didn't get my own boat to myself, but it's okay. Okay, what feels like an eternity later, I'm finally about to disembark this boat. That's probably the hardest part of riding into Small World, is that it just takes so long to get off. Ooh, I'm bouncing and jiggling. Alright, and I just got off, and it seems like they're sanitizing the boats right now, so I think I made it just in time. And now I think I'm finally off to Frontierland to hop on a raft over to Sawyer Island. Yay! Wow, the line for Haunted Mansion is quite out the door right now. I did not expect that. It's an interesting line for it. So it looks like Sawyer Island is open. I can see people over in the dock to catch a raft over, but going by right over here, there's Minnie and Pluto and Donald and Mickey Mouse. That's awesome. Alright, heading off to, hello! Heading off to Big Thunder Mountain. Not Big Thunder Mountain, what am I saying? I'm off to Sawyer Island. I'm pretty positive that they opened this up later in the day too, so they may have just opened it up. It's about 11 o'clock right now. This is cool. Way up there are Wendell and Shaker. Last time we saw Big Al and Liverlips. So getting a couple different bears this time. Hooray for character interactions from a distance. Apparently Splash Mountain has been closed for a couple days recently, where they drained the water and they weren't running any logs with people on them. It doesn't look like there's anybody riding it right now because I can see some empty logs way over there, but at least the water's running, so that's a good sign. Okay, and this is the line for Tom Sawyer Island, opening at 11 o'clock today, so it just opened up. Seems pretty popular right now, but I don't know if I've ever been to Tom Sawyer Island right when it first opens up. It's gonna be really quiet. All right, and here I am on a Tom Sawyer Island raft. Finally, I'm on my little dots, heading over to Tom Sawyer Island. This is long overdue, and boy, am I excited to head back on the Tom Sawyer raft too. That's cool. All right, I just got off the raft and I've made it onto Tom Sawyer Island. I know that there are a few experiences here that I'm not going to be able to do due to them being closed. I think one of the caves, as well as over at Fort Langhorne, so we'll just see what I can do. It looks like this area is completely blocked off, probably to encourage a particular flow around the island. Over here's the Harper's Mill. Aunt Polly's is way back in that direction, and then Fort Langhorne's on the other side of the island, which again is probably going to be closed. I don't think I ever noticed this before, but there's literally a bird in a nest in this mill. Wait for it. There it is. It's hilarious. I've always heard that, but I never actually noticed that. There's the ferry boat. There's Big Al and Liverlips. Ah! That scared me. Goodness. That was the exit to the mill, and this is also a little bit sad. They closed off this section over by Aunt Polly's. Whew! That gave me palpitations, Mr. Riverboat. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go up the hill here. One of the few areas that I can actually go to on Tom Sawyer Island. Coming here was the first activity that I wanted to do on the reopening of Magic Kingdom, but it was not open the day that I came, but it opened up a little bit after that, I'm pretty positive. Looks like the Scavenger's Fort is also closed. Got that rope right there. I'm not bummed that these places are inaccessible. I mean, I'm a little bit bummed, but it's nice to be back, just in general. At the same time, there is really nobody over here right now, like, at all, which is the most ideal that I've ever wanted to explore Tom Sawyer Island. Just be able to walk around and get lost and just really feel like I'm completely separated from everybody else over on the mainland. All right, I'm heading back down the stairs. I'm pretty sure that the Barrel Bridge is also closed currently, but I could be wrong. No, it is definitely closed. There's a trash can right over there blocking the Barrel Bridge. That's a bummer. But it actually looks like the bridge over to Fort Langhorne is open. The suspension bridge. Yeah. People are coming back across it. This is open. There's the Liberty Bell, Big Thunder Mountain, right on the other side of it, and I'm heading across the suspension bridge over to Fort Langhorne. This was a very pleasant surprise. I am so stoked. And it looks like Fort Langhorne is open, and I don't really see a lot of people over here at all. I don't know if I've ever seen Fort Langhorne this completely quiet, even on a quiet day at Magic Kingdom. It's pretty much completely deserted. Here, there have been some people coming in and going out, but ultimately I pretty much have the entire fort to myself. Hello there. This is cool. I think I'll go up to the second level up here. It's a little bit sad to see it like this. I mean, I love having the fort to myself, but when I'm completely alone, that is a little bit sad. Okay, I think I'm gonna go down to the escape tunnel to escape Fort Langhorne. Okay, time to escape. What exactly I'm escaping, I don't know. But it's about to get pretty cramped and pretty scary down here. It's definitely pretty eerie not having anybody else in the tunnel with me. Ooh, That's a tight squeeze. Usually you can hear people coming behind you or people exiting the tunnel in front of you. So to be completely alone is a little scary. It looks like I made it. That was pleasant. Okay, I think it's time to make it back over to the mainland. I'm waiting for a train to go by. There one comes. This is one of my favorite shots to always get from Sawyer Island. Okay, time to head back to the suspension bridge and then back on a raft, back to Magic Kingdom. The main part of Magic Kingdom. Well, that's kind of interesting. The line for Haunted Mansion spills all the way down by the Mike Fink boats, the old launch for that. So it is very, very popular right now. Let's see, it looks like this cave is open, so that's good. There are two caves though on the main island. So let's see if the other one is open too. The other cave is on the other side of Windmill and it looks like it is not open. There's a trash can with a rope and a sign that says closed. Let's see, now I have to navigate back around this to get back over to the launch to head back over to Magic Kingdom. Again, the main part of Magic Kingdom. Why do I keep saying Magic Kingdom? There goes the ferry boat. Due to physical distancing, they can only take 3 groups at a time on the Sawyer Island rafts, so it's a little bit backed up right now, but I should be able to get on the 3rd or 4th rafts from now, but I don't know how big these groups are, so we'll see. Shouldn't take too long. Alright, I made it off of the raft. I'm back over here by Big Thunder Mountain and Splash Mountain. It looks like Splash Mountain is starting to cycle up there with the boats. There goes the Liberty Bell. So it looks like I just made it just in time because they hold these rafts for a few minutes as the Liberty Bell passes because it's bigger, so it's more important. Here comes the raft right now, still with nobody on it. I don't think this has been open today, as far as I've been aware. And there goes the Liberty Bell, and it sounds like Tinkerbell is, yep, there she is again. She's coming right over there, right down the road. It did take a little bit of time to get off of Sawyer Island, just due to what I said, which was the social distancing or the physical distancing of each particular raft. It took about 15 minutes or so, but that wasn't bad. So I think now I'm gonna head over to Tomorrowland to potentially hop on Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin because I've not done that in a while. Doesn't really seem like the best ride to ride right now, but I will sanitize thoroughly. Alright, so I'm heading over to Tomorrowland. Like I said, the hub is still relatively quiet for the most part. People gathered to follow Tinkerbell down the street on our way down Main Street. I'm heading over to Buzz Lightyear to shoot some aliens. I think Buzz Lightyear is going to be the last attraction that I'm probably going to do today. I wanted today to be kind of a shorter trip if I could help it, so I can come back and still have attractions and activities to do in the future with Brennan. Definitely does look like People Mover is still down, which makes me disappointed and sad, but hopefully it'll be back up and going soon because a lot of people are really demanding it. Somewhat relevant news released recently is that Disney has officially announced the permanent closure of Stitch's Great Escape, which is not operated for a couple of years as far as my memory serves, in addition to Primeval Whirl and Rivers of Light over at Animal Kingdom, which both of those kind of make me a little bit sad. But let's see if I can end the day with a high score on Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin. Maybe I can max out if I'm lucky. If I'm not lucky, I will do worse than that. Okay, I am on a Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin. Currently not really doing the best, but I'm trying my best, right? That matters. So I'm a little bit embarrassed because I'm doing pretty dismal right now. Actually, there was a few points that I thought would be worth a lot that usually are, but either weren't registering or they aren't anymore. Let's see, this room usually gives me a fair amount of points if you hit the right target, which I am not. There we go. I'm so embarrassed. I'm doing so bad. Bad comparatively. Usually I do pretty good on this. Darn you, sir. Well, it's not terrible, but it's not ideal.
Check the status board to review your score. And remember, to infinity and beyond.
So in addition to the People Mover, another attraction over in Tomorrowland that I've been wanting to do is the Carousel of Progress, because it's been a while, but I think I'll come back to do that with Brennan. Also, when I got in line, there was an extended queue outside, and now everybody's pretty much going inside Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe they are going outside. Regardless, though, it was pretty much a walk-on, so that was enjoyable. But now I think I'm heading out. I think I had a pretty pleasant, fairly quick trip to Magic Kingdom. I was here about 3 hours. I think I'm gonna head down this terrifying corridor of construction pillars. This is normally very, very bright right now because of these scrims. It's a little bit eerie, and this is where the galactic purple wall is over here, and then the facial covering relaxation zone is on the other side of these scrims. That is this area right over here by the Tomorrowland terrace. It's pretty quiet over here, and I'm definitely a fan of it. Just the minimal amount of crowds that are here. It's very, very comfortable. It's definitely a little bit more quiet on Main Street heading out than it was heading in, because again, I got here around half an hour to an hour after the park first opened in the morning. So this is super awesome. This is the Princess Cavalcade. There goes Merida, heading down the road on her massive horse. That is a huge horse. Hello. Aw, she said it's so good to see me. And now this massive float. There's Ariel and Aurora, Belle, Elena, Jasmine, Cinderella, and then presumably, maybe not presumably, where's the fairy godmother? Oh no, hey, where's Snow White? Snow White, is it your day off today? Okay, well I guess I am following the Princess Cavalcade down the street towards the exit of the park, because it's been a long, hot day today, but it's been ultimately pleasant to be back in the park. So I guess I ended up being a little bit faster than the princesses because I totally caught up with them. And check this out. Up on the train station, there's Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Pluto. That's a pretty cool sight, right? All right, and there go the princesses, which means it's finally time for me to go and head on out. Goodbye, Mickey. I took the ferry boat over here, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the monorail to get back to the TTC because I am curious about the construction over here for the walkway from the Grand Floridian. It looks like it's getting pretty close to being completed. With it being almost August, I am wondering if they are going to decorate Magic Kingdom for Halloween. They're not doing the not so scary Halloween parties, but they could still throw up some pumpkins and some other Halloween decorations. It would definitely make it feel like fall around here. So I believe that the connecting walkway is going to be on the other side of the resort's monorail station over there. I'm very interested to see what they do end up doing with that walkway, because I'm gonna probably be one of the first people to take it because I've been so excited to have this for the longest time. And here's my monorail. It's gonna take me all the way back to the parking lots. I hope I'll be able to check out that construction going on over there. I'm very excited for it. It's kind of hard to tell, but they have been doing a lot of work over there. It looks like they're building a ramp. That's interesting because they have this pathway that has already been built. Wow, they're doing a lot over here. This is kind of where I assumed that they wouldn't really need to do anything because it's already been built. Let's see, I know that this bridge over here has been pretty much completed. Wow, that looks awesome. They're even doing the horticulture down there. Look at that. Oh, there's no bridge right now, but they need that bridge to open up so that watercraft can go underneath it. It's hard to tell from this angle. Well, now it's really hard to tell from this angle because of the monorail. But that path really does go all the way down, and I think it connects right there at the Grand Floridian. Yes! Today was a very hot day at Magic Kingdom, but you know what? It was worth it. It's very cathartic and enjoyable. All right, so back at the parking lot, there's the TTC back there, as well as the monorail beam for Epcot, which is unfortunately not being utilized, but hopefully one day, hopefully just all of this will start to feel normal again. That's what I'm optimistic about, but I'm just trying to take it day by day and just enjoy my time being here and just having that privilege to come to a place that makes me feel at peace, which who would have thought that that would be so hard to obtain these days, to be honest. But I don't know, I had a good day. It's been a long time here in the hot sun, but it was worth it. I had a great time. Thank you for hanging out with me and just walking around, riding a couple rides, going to Sawyer Island, and just seeing what's different, if anything at all. Not really that much since my first trip here a few weeks ago, but now it's time to head home. So I'll see you later. Have a good day and goodbye.